Hi everybody, Sandi Clarkson here with you today, sharing an unboxing video for the December My Creative Scrapbook limited edition kit. So this is our last kit for 2025, and I always look forward to Pam's Christmas kits. They're just always really full and beautiful and just very joyful to work with. So let's go ahead and get started. This year we've got traditional red and green, and our base featured collection is from Simple Stories. It is the Simple Vintage Believe collection, but we've got a smattering of other items included in the kit, you know, kind of per usual. We've got, first of all, 3 packages of flowers. We've got 1 from Prima Marketing and 2 from Little Birdie. So let's just look at those now. From Prima, we've got this 24-piece set of poinsettias in 4 different colors. We've got kind of like a blush or ecru, and then red, green, and a creamy white. They have 3 little stamens in the center, and those will be really fun to add in. I always love looking forward to working with poinsettias at Christmas. And then we've got 2 from Little Birdies. We've got these white roses. They're quite large and dimensional. So if you've got some kind of off-the-page project you want to create, these would be perfect. It's got some little rose buds up here and some leafy bits. And so you can use those as is, or you can add color to them easily enough if you want to give them a little pop of, you know, pink or green, whatever you might want to, however you might want to colorize those. Then we also have from Little Birdie this little packet of red florals with some variation here. We've got some little tiny red ones with a little rhinestone center. And then we've got 5 of these medium-sized flowers that have a little gold center with little micro beads all the way around. Those are really pretty. And then we've got a couple of these larger flowers with the gold stamens that just, you know, go out. And then we've got some greenery here at the bottom to add into your floral clusters. So those flowers will all be fun and great to work with. All right, just on top here is the floral bit package from the Simple Vintage Believe. There's 43 pieces, Christmas trees, floral bits. On the back, you can see that we've got 3 different Christmas trees. We've got several clusters of floral bits with the poinsettias, then lots of different kinds of stems, holly, berries, and that kind of thing. So there'll be a good bit to use on our layouts or cards or pages, whatever you want to do with the month's kit. But just, this is so representative of what the kit looks like there. Very traditional red and green Christmas. We also have some stickers this month. They're called Wrapped in Ribbons, and they're foam phrases. So underneath the chipboard, there is some foam to elevate these just a little bit. But we have everything from like the Magic of Christmas type banner to this little ticket, holiday activities. You know, lots of title or word phrases, wishes, jolly holiday, captured season of giving, the night before Christmas, jingle all the way, etc. And some cute little round ones down here like no peeking and, you know, open me and that kind of thing. Plus the little stars and the little brad pieces that'll be really fun to work with. And here's some on the back. We've got 12/24 and 12/25, depending upon whether you're going to document Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and then some titles accordingly, and then some great little word phrases here. They're a little hard to read with this writing on the back, but I like them when they swoop like that. Here's a little pink one that says good cheer, and some other little, you know, ticket type cheerful, noted, best times, photos with the big guy. That's be cute. And this is so good. I like the black. So there's a lot to choose from there in terms of titles or word phrases to add to your projects. All right, and then we've got this chipboard sticker set that is 31 stickers. And here we are with just traditional Christmas. We've got Santa Claus. We've got this great little Christmas tree, just so full and pretty and green with, you know, traditional ornaments. And this big old snowman guy, this really large Believe title piece, which could be a major focal point. And then, you know, a poinsettia cluster, magical title. There's ornaments, gifts, holly. It's going to say snowflakes, but it's little stars, little word phrases, and more ornaments down there. So that, I just love the little reindeer there with the packages. So those will be fun. And then this year we're going to receive again from 49 in Market the Evergreen Season Laser Cut Elements. And you may remember these from last year, but these are great. We've got some pieces that we can cut away here to give us, you know, more bang for our buck. I like that 49 in Market always uses that back side to give us additional product. And then I'm going to open these up carefully. And we've got poinsettia clusters. We've got this A Wonderful Life wood slices. We've got evergreen boughs. We've got two different sleighs, the little window, and this little greenery. And then I had a little bow that fell out on me there. It's kind of a green checked bow, kind of like the gray one there. Got the lanterns and the red pickup truck. Little word phrases right here. Of course, some clips, merry and bright. These little Anna seeds and little Father Christmas right here. And then this little doily piece. And then a little book plate. And clips and more bows. And then got one more to show you here from there. We've got all of these word banners here, like Merry Christmas, Merry and Bright, Comfort and Joy, all of that, and some tags. There's some little clips that have different word phrases on there, like Comfort and Joy or Holly Jolly. We've got our little Father Christmas again, and our tags. And then I love these ornaments. I really enjoyed using them last year, so I'm always happy to get anything like that. There's a cute little sleigh, and then a bunch of bows. You know, it is the season for giving and lots of gifts, so bows are going to be really appropriate for wreaths or just for packages or just, you know, as elements on our pages. And here's our deer and some more fern and little wood slices, and of course the little hearts. So that's really going to be fun and pretty. All right, here is the cut file for this month. For the limited edition kit, it says Happy Holidays, and it's got some little holly with berries there, so you can back that. You can use it as it is. You can colorize it, just whatever you, and it's a good size, you know, for like a big title piece. All right, so let's look at our papers. Before we get into the papers, there is this cardstock sticker sheet that's from Simple Stories, the Simple Vintage Believe. And again, we've got the floral cluster with the ornaments hanging down, the wreath, the little word phrases like Believe, ho, 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 a large ornament cluster over here, gifts. We've got 24 and 25 both. Santa and the Christmas tree, these cute little snowman guys, you know, the bell and packages, and then our little deer again with the gifts. And down here are little scallop tabs and the word phrases down here. I kind of like that they're all one color. I think I like that. We'll see as we create. And then, of course, you know, as per usual, Simple Stories has the little scalloped piece down here, which is always a nice accent on the page. So lots to choose from there. There's lots of embellishments in this must kit. Like I said, Christmas is one of my favorite kits to always get from My Creative Scrapbook. All right, so we're sticking with the same collection. We've got our 4x6 pieces, and most of them are vertical, but we've got, horizontal, but a couple are vertical, like this ledger one right here, and this Santa one right here with all the packages and the tree behind him. So those are your 4x6s. Isn't that cute with the little, just like a little Bambi. And then on the back side is a beautiful floral page with poinsettias, and the background looks to be black. And so that would be an alternative if you don't want to use the 4x6s. And then this is our 4x4 and 2x2 page. And so our 2x2s are kind of here in the center. You can use them as strips or as singles, but they're really nice to use, like especially the dates for popping on a project to, document what day your activity is taking place. And then I like this one grounded with the black. And then, of course, here's our Santa and our check with the Christmas tree. Just lots of beautiful traditional color for Christmas. And then the back is a red print. It's like a toile kind of design. And there's several of those. But that's a nice red background. It's a really pretty red. And then here is our 3x4 elements. So, of course, as usual, lots of variety. Everything from like the Christmas tree to just a plaid that says Merry Christmas. Or a bell, gifts, Santa, the tree, a bicycle, of course. And then, there's that 12 background, but I really like the ornaments in that one right there. On the back side, we have a beautiful dark green. It's really kind of almost like a blue green. It's so dark, or just evergreen is more what I would just call it, I think. And it's got a similar toile design to it, like that. And then here's our journal elements. I always like these. They're so fun, and you can just be so creative in figuring out, if you want to do a list, or you need to document a date, or you've got some other kind of ledger kind of thing going on where you can document. A faded out tree. It says December details. And then, just smaller sizes. There's a vertical one right there. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and fa la 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 la. So, lots of cute designs there. And then on the back, oh, this is really pretty. This is kind of hard to describe. I think it's supposed to be like a tan, but it's almost like a peachy tan. And then we've got, this floral ornament cluster here in the corner. So, I really like that one too. Lots of decisions to be made. It's going to be really hard. All right, here's our tag sheet. I always look forward to those from Simple Stories in particular. And, we've got a nice variety of plaid and gingham and floral and ledger and solid and ticketed items and different color arrangements, Santa or the reindeer, whatever you might choose. And then the back side is, more, less imagery. So if you just want full on documentation or more of a solid color, then that's the side that you want to gravitate to. And then I'm so glad they always do this collage page that kind of tilts at the angle. I'm definitely going to use that one this year. This is really great if you need to scrapbook in a hurry or you just want something simple because you have other things on your mind. But it's great just for putting up one or two pictures and then embellishing it a little bit. And the page is basically done for you with these cute little guys over here. And I just love it. And then the back is this really pretty green plaid. So again, it's that dark kind of evergreen color. So it's just a really beautiful green. And then here is a holly page. It's called Holiday Traditions. So it's the holly and the berries. The background is the really dark green. So that would be great for matting or for borders. On the back is the Simple Stories collage paper that they're always noted for. So you can use this as your background. You can cut it apart and use parts of it, you know, as layers to go behind your page. So any number of ways to use that right there. That's one of my favorite. And here is, this one's called Making a List, and it's a really bright green. So this makes me think Grinch, but it's just kind of like that lime green almost. And then it's got floral clusters in the corner with the rest of it being ledger. And then the back side is a small floral with poinsettias and a white or creamy background. So either one of those would be nice. And then here's our ticketed page called All the Trimmings. So you can use these as is, or you can cut these apart. And this picks up all the colors in the collection, which is really nice. So these make nice layers, I find, or like 5x8 section on a page, but really pretty. And then the back side is of the black version of that toile print. So that comes up 3 times now that I've seen so far, but it's a really pretty kind of charcoaly black. And then here's a larger floral, similar to what we've seen, but it's called Favorite Things. This is a little bit bigger. You could fussy cut these. They are a little bit close together, but you definitely could fussy cut these if you want to, or, you know, just use it, you know, cutting it into pieces and bits. On the back side is a plaid, so that's always nice to have, you know, a geometric shape to add in. And it's, you know, red and green. It's got a little bit of text in the background. And then here we've got another one that is Christmas trees. I really like that. They're really neat. And some of them have gifts underneath and some of them do not. It's kind of a creamy background, but it's really interesting and something a little different. And then on the back is, again, another holly piece, but this one's on a red background, and the holly pieces are pretty small. So here you can see our little Christmas tree and see how that kind of accents up against another color. Those will be really fun to work with. And then here is another kind of collage page, but it's a light ivory color instead of the tan like we saw before. And over here we have the large Santa with all the gifts and a little bit of floral over here in the corner. So there's lots you could do with this right here. You could do multiple photos. You can cut it up however you like. You can fussy cut him and put him on a different page. On the back, we've got a red diagonal plaid. So that's always really good for Christmas projects, especially anything really traditional. And then this paper right here is from American Crafts. It's called The Color of Memories. It's a very thin piece of paper, and it's a one-sided piece of paper, but it is poinsettias. And it is that, you know, creamy plus the white and then the red mixed in. The red is more of a rose. So it's more like red roses along with these other poinsettias. Very neat. And then I love, love, love this one from Memory Place. It's called Let It Snow #2. And it's got these beautiful florals on the side and down here with stars and ornaments hanging down. Fresh snow on the bottom. This is probably my favorite page right here. And on the back is a gingham, a check that's kind of a gold. So this would be great too, if depending upon, you know, what you're going for. So anyway, I think that is everything in the kit. I do not have the sketch yet, but I wanted to go ahead and get this unboxing filmed. You know, we do have all these papers 3 different packs of embellishments and titles, plus the floral bit pack, and then the 3 packages of flowers. So there's lots to create with right here, and it's time to be thinking about Christmas, guys, and thinking about photographing or documenting your pictures, maybe from last year or the year before. So anyway, I can't wait to see what everybody does and how they use the collection. I think you're going to have lots of fun with this one. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.